Carolyn, how are you? I'm Lizette. I'm your health and wellness coach. Nice to
Nice
meet
to,
you.
nice to meet you too.
Um, Before we get started, if you can just verify your name, your full name and date of birth for me.
Sure. Geraldine Jackson. My date of birth is 5/10/72.
Great. So, since this is our initial session, we're just going to kind of go over all that's involved with the session, the time, what a coach is, all the little detailed information. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So before we get started, I'd like to kind of just tell you a little about myself, and then I'll just kind of turn it over to you if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay, great. Well, I am born and raised Texan. I am one of four daughters, and I am married with a one child. My son, he's 8, and he loves baseball, so we're always involved on the weekend tournaments. Love it. Um, a little sarcasm with that. Uh, uh, but yeah, so me and my husband, we've been together since we were in high school. And
Um,
when we're not just, spending quality time, family, I do. I was a dental hygienist for 20 years, and I came upon, this coaching, and I was just like, you know what, this is really spoke to me and seemed like it'd be good for me to do for the next half of my life, so I can continue to spend more time with my family, but also work for myself
hmm.
because as a hygienist, it's very physical. So I wanted to find something that would just kind of work for us as a family unit. But other than that, I usually spend my time, if I can, reading or, finding some time with Netflix, but it's getting slimmer on that aspect as time goes on our tournaments. But yeah, that's kind of sums up me. Any
Okay.
other tidbits you'd like to know? Information?
Um, no, not right now.
Okay.
Thank you
So
for
tell me,
sharing. That was nice.
oh, you're welcome. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about Geraldine.
I don't really like to talk about myself. But I have three kids, grown kids, um, and one grandchild. Um, I love to be active. Um, I love anything to do outdoors. I even like to exercise, but I don't like conventional exercising. Do, I like to exercise by walking and running and hiking and biking and playing tennis or pickleball or whatever. I just like to do things, not just lifting weights. And although I do it, it's not a favorite thing for me. Um, I also like to read and I love to watch. I think for me, watching television it helps me like unwind.
Yes.
And I like Netflix and Prime. Yeah, I love period movies. Um, I don't know. Is there anything else you would like to?
No, that's great. How old's your granddaughter?
She's
I mean,
one.
grandchild. One.
Oh,
Oh, precious.
and yeah, she is a girl, so
It was a 50-50.
anyway,
So that's great. Oh, well, I'm so happy. You
thank
sounds
you.
like you have, a great family, and that you spend time with them, and
Lots.
that you like to spend it outside and just kind of be one with basically nature, which is
Hmm.
great because you really get to enjoy it and also, you know, get some vitamin D.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I love the sun. Yeah,
Okay. So, well, thank you for sharing. That meant a lot. So I appreciate that.
sure.
Uh, I just wanted to kind of let you know that, our meetings are confidential. So nothing leaves our sessions.
Oh,
Okay.
wow, good.
So anything that you want to discuss, feel free. The only time I would have to break that confidentiality is if you said you're going to self-harm yourself or others. But other than that, everything stays, in our sessions. Do you have any questions on that?
Um, if it can I let someone, can I tell you who I might want to have access to the information if Is that possible?
Yes, it most
Okay.
definitely. It's
Okay.
just they couldn't come in and say, "Oh, Geraldine said."
Okay.
You would have to,
Makes
you
sense.
know, put that
Okay.
out there. Okay.
That's fine.
Um, okay, good. So, what brought you into coaching? Like, are you familiar with what is all involved with a coach?
Good question. I found you online and I just read some of what you were about, but I'm really not, if you could say it to me, that would be great, just so I make sure I'm understanding correctly what you can do for me.
Sure, that's not a problem. That's why we're here today to kind of break it all down. Uh, there are things as a health and wellness coach that I can and cannot do. Okay. So things that I cannot do is prescribe any medications. I can't do you any scripts. I won't write down a specific meal plan or exercise routine for you. If those are avenues that you're interested in, we can definitely look into that by a referral and we can kind of work together on that. But coaching itself is me helping you get to where you want to be. I am bridging that gap between you and, say, losing a few pounds, or I need to reduce my stress level. I have high blood pressure. And so I'd like to, kind of clean up what I'm eating because my doctor says I have to watch that. So, those kind of instances can be really overwhelming for some clients and they don't know where to begin. So we kind of, brainstorm some ideas, but it's really, truly, I'm just a partner. I'm your passenger, you're the driver. So wherever you want to go, I'm there with you on this journey. And I'm not going to say, we have to do these specifically, and we're going to go at this pace. It's however, if you want to go fast or you want to slow it down, it's whatever you choose to do.
Nice.
I'm just here to help guide you on your path.
Okay. I like that.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So today's session is going to run anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
And you did sign on for a 3-month plan. And we are going to see each other every 2 weeks for about 20 to 30 minutes during those session times. Okay. And in today's session, we're going to kind of go over what a wellness vision is, long-term goals, short-term goals, and just kind of break those down. So if you're not familiar with any of those terms, feel free to ask and I will explain them in detail for you. So we're going to start with the wellness vision. How familiar are you with the wellness vision?
I've heard of the term, but I'm not that clear. I'm not that clear on it. If I just, can you tell me just so I know if I'm right?
Yeah, that's not a problem whatsoever. So what a wellness vision is basically you looking at yourself and being like, what does a healthy Geraldine look like? And so you would
Okay.
come up with several, broad and general words that the best version of yourself would be.
Okay.
So if you can, I'll give you a moment to just kind of spit out a few words and then we can write those down and just kind of work off that.
Okay. Well, for sure, one of the reasons why I reached out to you was I am really I have a lot of anxiety and I really want to get a handle on that and just to get some help with some ways to cope with or to deal with it and make it maybe lessen my anxiety. I also would like to work on getting a better routine for exercise. I told you I'm not a fan of the formal workouts, though I do like it a little bit. I would rather be outside. So, but I know the benefits of it, so maybe you can help me change my view or something. I don't know. And also, I would like to eat cleaner. And I feel like if I can get a handle on those things, it will help me to live really the way I want to live. I want to be healthier. I want to be happier. And I think that that will help me.
Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of say back what you were saying, maybe a little different, but if it's not correct, just feel free to let me know.
Okay.
So your wellness vision is more that you want to reduce your anxiety levels. You want to have a behavioral change to where workouts are just part of your day and it's not something that you have to think about, and that you're healthy. So does that sound about right to you?
Very correct. Yes.
Okay. So if you can just, we're going to do like little exercise, and I want you to repeat back what we just discussed, and but start with I am.
Okay.
I know it
Different.
can sound a
Okay.
little different, yes, for sure.
Okay. No, this feels weird, but okay. I am managing my anxiety or doing a better job at handling or dealing with my anxiety. I am working out regularly and I am eating cleaner.
Great. Good job. That
Thank you.
it feels a little awkward and
Mhm.
strange at first, but we'll keep on in your ongoing sessions, kind of bring these back. And if in that time it's just not kind of what you're wanting to, if you want to redirect at any time, we can definitely. So whatever we discuss here, it isn't in, it's not firm. Okay.
Okay.
We
No,
can veer off in any direction you want to go.
okay.
Does
I
that sound
like it.
okay?
It really is. This is really for me. I like it.
Yeah. Yes. No children involved.
Love it.
Okay, great. So, working off your wellness vision, we're going to go now look into the long term goals.
Okay.
And long term goals are going to be they're going to be more specific, and they kind of run into, I don't know if you've heard the term SMART goals. Are you familiar with SMART goals? Okay. So, SMART is an acronym, and it just kind of really breaks down our goal from being very specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. So we really break it down. It's not so generalized. So
Okay.
I want you to think on a long term goal that you can maybe accomplish 6 months or a year, that you feel that you can definitely do this at one point, that's attainable.
A long-term goal. I would like for my long-term goal to be to dramatically reduce my anxiety.
Okay. And it really seems like the anxiety is a big concern of yours, and you're really wanting to transition over to a healthier version, so that way it's not, interrupting your
Yes.
energetic lifestyle, because you love to be outside and be one with nature and just kind of really explore things. So let's bring that anxiety down, right?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Please. I need your help.
And that's what we're here for, and so I'm so glad with you, like, going out and exploring. We're going on a road trip,
I love
Joellen.
it. I like that.
So now that we have that, you're wanting to, work on the anxiety as your long term, we're
Mhm.
going to go into short term goals. And our short term goals are just like our long term, but we're going to work through your short term within these weeks. And so every 2 weeks that you set your goals, we'll revisit them and see how you're doing, and if that's just still works for you. Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
So now we're really trimming it down as to how we're going to incorporate this into your daily life.
Okay.
Or, you know, even maybe if it's just once, twice a week, it doesn't have to, necessarily be every single day. Okay.
Hmm.
So are there any thoughts on what you would like to work on to reduce your anxiety?
Yeah, definitely. I think the two biggest things for me, would be exercising because I know it's good for your mind, not just your body, but also your mind. And I think if I eat better, choose better foods, that will also help me because I know that I can feel the difference when I eat bad foods. I can feel it in my body and my mind. I really can feel the difference. So I think those two things would help.
Okay. And so it sounds like the foods that you're eating right now, or a little more than you'd like, are really kind of getting you anxious and kind of not so much jittery, but it works you up because you know you shouldn't be eating or having those habits.
Yeah, they
So,
actually affect me. Yeah.
what is your daily diet kind of right now? Where can we kind of work
I
on that?
do not have any kind of balance in the way I eat. I just eat whatever. Mm, I do gravitate towards healthy foods
Okay.
and I also gravitate towards sugar. And I
Okay.
do not deprive myself. I don't ever, I mean, in my mind, I say, oh, I shouldn't have, like if there's cupcakes, I say, I shouldn't have more than one. I should have just one. And I'll do the one, but it tastes so good. I have to have another one and sometimes a third one. So,
Totally understandable. It's like that salty chip. You just can have one.
yeah,
You,
and I don't,
there's no
yeah,
back.
so for people with salt, I'm not a salt person, but yeah, I am a sugar person. Oh.
There you go. So I hear that you really enjoy your sweets, and it's just
Mhm.
soothes you. So
It just tastes good. Yeah.
okay.
It tastes good. I don't have a thing with food. Like I don't, what do they call that?
Like emotionally,
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm not an emotional eater at all. Like when I'm if I have something stressful or catastrophic or whatever, I can't eat. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm the opposite of, I guess, what a lot of people do. I'm not able to eat. I lose
Well,
my
that's
appetite.
that's good to know that, because sometimes when people do have some anxiety levels increase, they'll tend to go to junk food, and then that can
Mm.
increase.
Oh,
But
wow.
so also the fact that if you get anxious, it reduces
Yeah.
your food intake. It could be bringing your blood sugars down,
Oh,
you to have more of that
yeah,
anxious.
I do shake. Actually, that's a good point because I do end up with the shakes.
So do you think having the healthy versions of maybe the fruits or something along that line, so whenever you're feeling that, you know what to go to,
Hmm.
that way it's not so heavy, but it also just kind of balances you out?
Yeah, actually, I used to do that. I used to do that very easily and very well. Hmm.
Okay. Is that something you'd like to try again? And
Oh,
we
most
can work
definitely.
to one of your short-term goals?
Yeah, that will be easy for me because I love fruit. There's not too many fruits that I don't like. So yeah.
Okay. So because it's with levels of anxiety, where do you typically feel these peaks throughout your day?
Socially,
Okay.
when I'm around people I don't know, in settings I'm not familiar with, if I'm driving and I have to get somewhere and I don't know where I'm going, that's usually when I'm anxious, most anxious.
Okay. So do you think maybe before you go to these social environments that you get yourself a nice fresh bowl of fruit, so that way you have something in you? Because if you're going to go meet someone and then you don't eat at all, that you're,
Mm.
you're depleting yourself.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I like that. I did when I have fruit in the house, I will like because a lot of times I'm rushing. So I will grab like a banana or an orange or an apple or like a bunch of grapes. I love cherries. So if I have it in the house, I will do it. I will grab it really quickly so that I have something to eat. Um, but if it's not in the house, I procrastinate with replenishing it. I'm like, I'll get it tomorrow. No, I'll get it tomorrow. I'll get it later. And it never later never comes. So, but yeah, it is something I should do and can do. I can.
Okay. So do we want to maybe like set a date on maybe one day during the week where you replenish yourself with your vegetable with your fruit for the week?
That's a
And so
great
that way
idea.
and
Yeah, that's a great idea. I can, yeah. I don't know why I never thought about that, but yeah, I can do
you're
that.
mother, grandchild, there's a lot of things, work going
Always
on. So
ripping and running,
it's
yes.
it's okay.
So I would like to pick a day
Okay,
because
perfect.
if I don't pick a day, it's not going to happen. And I think for me, I think because my Mondays are quiet, I think I'm going to pick Monday. Beginning of the week, I don't have a lot going on. That would work for me.
Okay. So we have that every Monday. So once a week, you're going to go to the grocery store and pile up on your fruits for the week. So
Mhm.
that way it's easy to grab, nothing you have to think about, and it's ready there for you.
And I think I'll even do vegetables while I'm at it because that helps me to have a clean, like for me, my biggest meal is lunch.
Okay.
And I do a light dinner. I don't really eat breakfast. I've always been that way since I was young. I've never really been a breakfast person. I naturally fast, and I didn't even think about it, the intermittent fasting. Never knew that was a term, but that's what I did. So I but I do snack throughout the day. So I'll eat a piece of fruit if it's there, but if it's not, I'm eating chocolate or
Exactly. No, definitely. So it's good. You were like you said, you were fasting and not even realizing it, but not intentional, and you're eating the healthy things if they're there and it's
yeah,
attainable for
yeah,
you, and
yep,
then you keep it light at dinner.
yes.
So which is also good because then hopefully it's not keeping you up late at night,
Hmm.
you know, and then that can kind of work into your anxiousness also.
That's
So
a whole
good.
nother story. But anyway,
Oh,
we can talk
we,
about
we,
another
we
time.
could we could do that next time for sure. How about your? So we got your short term goal one,
Hmm.
and now you were looking into your exercise. How often are you wanting to do that a week?
Mm, can we start with twice a week?
Most definitely. This is your journey.
Okay.
And are you are you doing this outside? Are you gonna do you want to do videos or gym? Because I know you
Okay.
like being more, social with it.
Hmm. Let's change that because let's change that to 3 days a week
Okay.
and have it be outside and so outside walking and running and inside weight training, like free weights.
Yes. Which is really good on the muscles and bones. Get that weight training in. So
Yeah.
excellent.
Thanks.
When do you want to start?
Oh, I can start that right away.
Okay. Are there any, like you said, you like to have them on a specific time so that you can actually hold yourself accountable? Is there like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or just
No, for oddly enough, for that, it would be counterproductive for me to
okay?
set a date. So I have to
Totally
feel
okay.
free because I end up doing it anyway
Good.
because it's something I love. I love walking, I love running. So I'll do that. So that's at least 2 days. And then one day I can do the weight training. But I even do, like, because I don't really care for it too much, I will
Mhm.
do the weights while I'm watching TV
Oh, okay.
or reading even. It just depends. So
Okay.
yeah, I can definitely get that in throughout the week, 3 days.
So I'm just going to have you kind of repeat your two short-term goals
Okay.
and see how it sounds to you.
Okay.
So can
So
you go over your first?
sure. I am going to, on Mondays, I am going to go to the store to stock up on my fruits, and I'm going to add some vegetables in there too, for the week so that I make sure that I am eating the right kinds of sugar, healthier sugars, and so that I don't my blood sugar doesn't drop so low that my body's negatively affected. That's one. And the other one is I am going to work out in some form or fashion 3 days a week, doing walking, running, and or weight training. Light weights,
Excellent.
nothing major.
No, that is good. On your workouts, a scale from 0 to 10, 0 being not going to happen, and 10 absolutely. Where do you think you fall with you going outside and going for your walk or run?
Good question. I would say an 8. I feel pretty confident.
That's that's good. So I'm proud of you. I
Thank you.
encourage and welcome your 8.
Thank you.
And same thing for your fruit vegetables.
I would say a 7.
Okay.
Mhm.
And on that scale with the 7, why a 7 and maybe not a 5?
Because I think I can do it. Um, I just I tend to have things pile up on my date, like unexpected things, like going
Okay,
to visit my granddaughter,
there you go.
and that can get in the way of my plan. But for the most part, I feel like I can get it done.
Okay. Well, we got our short-term goals. We're going to walk and we're going to work out, eat better.
Mhm.
So we're going to start wrapping this up and
Okay.
setting up your next session. Is today's day and time working for you?
Yeah, yeah, I like it. This works really well. Mhm.
Okay. Well, great. You did wonderful. I'm so just happy and just the way the direction went. And I hope that it worked out well for you.
Yeah, this
And
was
it
nice.
wasn't as a stress on you
Not
to
at all.
go over this.
I feel
And
like
I know it's a
I
lot.
yeah, thank you. I feel like I should have been able to do this myself, but but yeah, I feel like I accomplished something. So thank you. We'll see if I
No,
can stick to it by next session.
most definitely. I look forward to hearing from you in 2 weeks.
Thank you. Thanks, Lizette.
Bye, Geraldine.
Bye.